My name's Thomas O'Regan, and today I wanted to talk about the benefit of cash flow positive properties. Now, a lot of people don't take this into consideration when they purchase properties, but properties, there's two benefits from owning properties, right? So you got capital growth, and that's the big thing that people always focus on, and then on the other side, you've got cash flow, and that's something that people disregard. They don't pay too much attention to it because it's not the needle mover. But it will change your life if you understand it. So basically, something that I didn't realize when I first started buying properties was rental income is inflatable, right? So what does that mean? It means the more rental income you have, the faster your total income, or the faster your total rental income is going to inflate or grow, right? So if you extrapolate this over a long period of time, it can be very substantial. Now, for example, if I build my property portfolio to the point where I have $250,000 of rental income, gross rental income, total gross rental income, and on day one that I get to that level, the rental income is paying out all the debts and all the expenses of the property, meaning that the cash flow of the portfolio is neutral. But if everything is linear, and it's not, but if everything was linear and the rental income just increased with inflation, which is very conservative, then every year that I own that property portfolio, the rental income is going up by 7,000, 8,000, 9,000, 10,000. Every year it goes up by more and more money, right? And if your rental income is already paying down the debts on the property, meaning it is reducing the total debt amount of the property and it's neutral, then every rental increase beyond that point, as inflation goes up, is just money directly to your pocket, okay? Now, if you extend this out over a period of, say, 20 or 30 years, that $250,000 that was once was the initial starting gross income from your rental incomes, it might expand because of inflation to maybe $500, $600, or $700,000 of rental income. Now, guess what? If you haven't paid out the entire debt by that time, by just simply using the other $250,000 of income, then you will have a substantial amount of income that you can live off, right? So if $250,000 of it is used to pay all the expenses and all the mortgage, and the rental income 20 years later is now $500,000, then you have $250,000 to live off. And you can retire on that, obviously. It's a substantial amount of money. And this is what a lot of people aren't looking at when they're looking at building a property portfolio. They're just looking at the golden goose, the capital growth, the nest egg. Now, and what do people normally do when they get a lot of capital growth? They sell their property. Now, what I'm saying here is don't sell your properties because, yes, the capital growth might look very attractive to extract it out, sell the property, or whatever, do whatever you want with it. What is really valuable here is the rental income that you're going to use to live off and provide for yourself, because ultimately, as time goes on, you get older, expenses never stop, right? So you need to constantly, as you age, have an income source that is increasing with inflation. You need to have an income source, period, right? You don't need to have a large lump of cash, because it might get to the point where you've, I don't know, mismanaged your budgeting and you've spent all your money, and having spent all your money at an old age is not a good thing. But having an income source at old age that is inflatable and always going up is a good thing, because I mean, how do you go broke like that, right? Not only do you have the assets still that have probably increased a huge amount in capital growth, but you're just simply living off the cash flow from the rentals, and it is substantial. See you guys next time. Bye.